Conversational English 1. Session 1. Introductions and Socializing. How do you find our country? On the 21st of September 2015, I visited Shwedagon Pagoda for the first time. My husband Ye took our daughter Bella and me in the late evening so that we could escape the garish sun. The golden pagoda shimmered under the night sky as we walked clockwise around it, just like the hundreds of other people there. Some stopped to chat with us and introduce themselves, and one elderly Myanmar gentleman asked me, "How do you find our country?" For a moment, I was at a loss for words. How could I properly describe the scenery of Bagan or the cool mountain breeze at the top of Zenchait Mountain? Myanmar took my breath away. I smiled as I said, "I find it beautiful." Vocabulary. Visit, visit to. Visit is a noun and a verb. When visit is a noun, like trip or journey, we can place to before the object. My first visit to Shwedagon was in 2015. However, when visit is a verb, like go, we cannot place to before its object. I first visited Shwedagon in 2015, not I first visited to Shwedagon in 2015. That is because as a verb, visit is transitive. Transitive verbs take a direct object, and they do not need a preposition before their object. Garish, adjective, overbright, harsh, glaring. Historical context. In Romeo and Juliet, Juliet says that when Romeo dies,
"He will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun."
To shimmer, verb, to shine, to sparkle, to glitter, to gleam, to twinkle. Clockwise, adverb, in the direction of a clock. How do you find plus noun? Native speakers use this question structure to ask for someone's opinion or experience with something. It means, what do you think about? Noun. How do you find the mohinga? What do you think about the mohinga? To be at a loss for words. Idiom. To be unable to think of anything to say, often because you are surprised, shocked, or emotional about something. The teacher was at a loss for words when the students gave her a bouquet of roses. Note that bouquet is pronounced bouquet. Bouquet. Scenery. Noun, landscape, vista, surroundings. Note that scenery is pronounced scenery. 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 To take one's breath away. Idiom. To be extremely exciting, beautiful, or surprising. Myanmar took my breath away. Myanmar was extremely beautiful. I find noun plus adjective. This is the formula to answer the question, how do you find plus noun? How do you find the mohinga? I find the mohinga really delicious. I find noun adjective. I think that the mohinga is really delicious. Self-introduction tips. We will begin the live class by sharing a little bit about ourselves. Many students in the past have begun their self-introductions with I am plus their name. I am Brittany. However, native speakers usually prefer to say my name is plus their name in formal or group settings. Hello everyone, my name is Kent So, and I am the Managing Director of Boga Group. There are exceptions, of course. A native speaker may use I am if an introduction was already planned. They may also use I am if they introduce their name plus their title. For example, hello everyone, I am Kent So, the Managing Director of Boga Group. I am the Managing Director of Boga Group. I am U Tan Ton, the Chief Engineer of this project. I am the Chief Engineer of this project. I am Do Kim Ma, your instructor for this course. I am your instructor for this course. If a native speaker is being informal and not in a group, they may prefer to use I'm plus their name. Note that the contraction I'm is used, not the full form I am. For example, it was really nice to meet you. I hope we can go riding together again soon. Oh, by the way, I'm Thin. Hi, I'm May. What's your name? Quick tip. Sometimes you may need to introduce yourself formally even though the other person already knows your name. For example, during a job interview or in a Zoom meeting when your name is on the screen. In these cases, you should use my name is plus your name and acknowledge that the other person already knows your name. For example, as you can see, my name is Sithu. As you may remember, my name is Theta, and I work in the HR department. As you already know, my name is Kumin, and I'll be leading today's training session. As you can see on my name tag, my name is Achan. Vocabulary: setting, noun; environment, situation; contraction, noun; short form in speaking when two words are combined into one shorter word by leaving out some sounds or letters. Think of the Burmese words koji versus the contracted form koi. We don't say koji, we say koi. Exception: noun, something that does not follow the usual rule. To acknowledge, verb, to accept, to admit, to recognize, to allow, to concede, to confess. In a department, we use the preposition in, not at, before a department, field, division, sector, etc. Work and hobbies. Native speakers don't use the word hobby very often in casual conversation. It can sound a little formal or old-fashioned. There are more natural ways to talk about the things we like to do in our free time. In the same way, there are better ways to ask about someone's hobbies than saying, "What are your hobbies?" Let's look at this conversation between Juju and Yamin, who just met at a park in Bangkok. "I'm so glad we met here. I've been feeling really homesick these days." "I know how you feel. I'm between jobs right now, so every day feels the same." "I see. What do you usually do for fun? Haven't you made any friends here?" "I take Thai classes online, and I've met a few friends that way. When I'm not in class or doing housework, I usually take a walk in the park like today. Sometimes I go window shopping, but taxis here are expensive, so I don't do it often." "How about you?" "Well, I love reading, so I spend a lot of time browsing at bookstores or sitting at parks with a good book. I also enjoy trying new coffee shops." "There are so many nice cafes here in Bangkok." "That sounds great. What about you? Do you like reading?" "A little, but I prefer listening to podcasts nowadays. I usually listen to them when I'm cooking or cleaning." "Oh, that's interesting. What kind of podcasts do you listen to?" "Mostly self-improvement and language learning podcasts. I'm trying to improve my Thai and my English." Vocabulary: between jobs. Idiom: unemployed. Don't say that you are jobless or unemployed. That sounds really negative. "I'm between jobs at the moment" sounds so much better. To spend time plus gerund. A gerund is the verb ing form. It acts as a noun. We can use the gerund structure after the phrase spend time. "He always spent too much time playing games." When I am old, I want to spend my time meditating and doing good deeds. Nowadays, adverb. These days. Be careful. Many students mispronounce this word as now's a day. The correct pronunciation is now-a-days.